All right, we're
There
here.
it is.
Number 3
Yeah.
video. Thank you for being here with us today. And as promised in the last video, we said that we would come up with a name for this video series. And on our walk this afternoon, we decided that we would call it Heed Our Advice, the video series.
Yeah.
And if you like it, awesome. If not, that's cool. We'll send Junior after you later. But yeah, so we're happy to be back with you. In the first 2 episodes, we covered a few different topics. The first one was essentially what you can be doing now with your communication strategy during COVID. And then in the second video, we talked specifically about not crisis communication, but cause marketing. Yeah, cause marketing.
Yeah.
And so in this one, we wanted to tackle a couple different ideas for looking at what you can be working on right now, especially since it looks like we are going to, as a society, at least in different places across the United States, start towing the water of reopening America, whatever that looks like. It's going to look different in different places, but it does kind of look like the fog is starting to clear a little bit. We'll see what that looks like, how that plays out.
We are making no predictions.
We
about
are
that.
making no predictions for any of that. But if the trend continues, we thought that this is a good opportunity to be working on 2 specific things in your organizations when it comes to communications in anticipation of post-COVID world.
Yeah.
I'll talk about the first one, and then I'll yield the floor to Natalie to address the second one. The first one that we wanted to talk about is this is the time for your organization to be reintroducing the face of the organization, and usually that is someone in a leadership position. Now, we work with a lot of clients, and a lot of times we are pushing their leadership out to be the voice of the company, to talk about what's going on in the company, to give direction, and really kind of set the precedent that this is who you think of when you think of this business.
Sure.
So we do that, but we also, a lot of times, we talk about, hey, listen, you've got great problem solvers on your teams, whether that's an engineer, whether that's somebody on your marketing team, whether that's somebody in your customer service team, that's solving problems in a unique way that other people can learn from. And so we typically will push them out as well. But right now, we really want to put focus on leadership and creating that voice and reshifting the focus back to the leadership of your organization. And the reason for this is pretty simple. In times of crisis and chaos, people tend to look up the chain of command for insights and for advice. And so obviously we're in a time of crisis and chaos. And so the voice that people need to be hearing is a representative voice from the leadership circle on your team. And as we kind of like get out of this fog that we're in right now, people are going to be looking for guidance from the top, what the new marching orders are going to be, what they can expect from your company in the post-COVID landscape, all of that stuff. And there's no one better in your organization to give that messaging out there than someone in a leadership position, typically a founder of the business or a CEO, definitely somebody that's got some long-term tenure at the organization or that C-suite heft in their title. People are going to want to always do business with people. We say this all the time. People do business with people.
So true.
And it is just an innate human thing about us. We have a very hard time identifying with something that's a faceless brand. And right now, people are going to form those bonds or reform those bonds with the person that they identify the organization with. And there's no better person at this time, and then eyeing the kind of the post-COVID landscape to really set that tone than somebody from your leadership team. Now, that can be done in a myriad of ways. Where they can be writing blog posts or have bylines of blog posts on your website, emails to customers. If you want to get, really kind of put it on kind of some superchargers, you can look into taking out op-eds in your local newspaper if it makes sense, getting the leadership on radio shows and podcasts, whatever they can do to get out there, and then share wherever that story is shared. Be sure to bring it back and share it directly with your customer or client base. So that's it from me. Natalie actually has a brass tacks, here's what you can do right now.
Yeah, and I was just going to say, kind of tacking on to you talking about people do business with people. I feel like right now there's even a stronger desire to connect with businesses that we believe in. The outpouring of support for local businesses, which has been amazing to see here in Chattanooga especially. I think that's another way to connect with people is, they're looking for that already. They're wanting to connect with people. They're wanting to support the individuals who are impacted by all of this. So that was just something I thought of while you were talking. But also related to people doing business with people, our second item on our list here is ask for reviews.
And action.
I totally just flubbed, and if you notice that something got cut out, it's because it did. So back to what I was talking about, asking for reviews. People do business with people, as we just said, and right now is a really good time to reach out to those individuals who you've been working with. Have you had a winning moment with a client as you've been, working through really challenging issues throughout COVID-19, or do you have longtime clients who have relied on you heavily now and in times in the past? Reach out to those people. You might be surprised that people are kind of honored to be asked for your opinion and to know that you value their feedback enough that you'd want them to share it with other people who might be interested in your service. Once we're on the other side of this thing, the reality is there may be businesses that have gone out of business, which is not something we want to see happen, but it's a possibility, and there may be people searching for your service who are needing a new provider. So having those reviews there would be a crucial step in building credibility for your business as people are looking for new providers.
Yeah, I mean, I firmly believe that trying times create the best opportunities, right? Like if you're familiar with customer service, usually when someone's had a bad experience with your product or service, your business, whatever, and they call to let you know, if you are able to fix that for them, you get to don the Superman cape.
Sure.
And that moment of turmoil can actually turn into a terrific opportunity to really get a fan out of that once miffed customer. And so we're obviously in a time where everybody's world has been totally upended, and most service providers, ourselves included, we've had to think outside the box. We've had to get down in the trenches. We've had to reshuffle, communication strategies. And you all have been doing that too, right?
Yeah.
So you've been able to be the star and help a lot and do more than you normally would.
Right.
And so it makes perfect sense to say, hey, and that experience should create a tighter bond between the service provider, the business, and the customer / client over here. And so what better time than now to say, hey, we've been chopping wood and we have been making some really good headway for this. Can you give me a review?
Yeah,
and
definitely.
People are usually happy to do that.
Yeah. We were even just talking recently with one of our clients about how people are going to remember how businesses handled COVID-19 and the challenges associated with it. And another piece of this is once we get maybe past some of the current situation that we're in right now, you're going to want to have recent reviews too. If people are hunting for a new provider, and your last review was 2 years old, it's good to have any review really, but it'd be great if you can have some reviews that say that A, they're current, and B, cover how you helped in the crisis. I think that really builds trust with people when not only are you doing a great job day to day during normal times, but you can be there as a resource when times are tough too.
I know I would be looking for a vendor, and if I were looking for a vendor and I saw recent reviews about how they this one group went above and beyond and helped save the business in the most tumultuous business climate of our lives, that's gonna make a big impact for me in my decision-making process.
No, I agree. And when it comes to actually getting the reviews, there are a few platforms that you can ask for reviews on. There's Facebook is great. You can do Google reviews. Google reviews are good because they help your search rankings. Obviously, Google loves Google products. And it's interesting, it's not entirely intuitive to send the direct link that someone can click that pops open the text field for someone to type a review in. But there is a way to do that, and we're going to include that in the blog version of this video. So check that out if you don't know how to do that. So that basically the idea is send an email, hyperlink, there's our dog barking.
Our dog is barking at the UPS man.
So we'll show you how to do that so that you can just copy and paste it into an email, ship it out, and that makes it super simple for the people that you are requesting reviews from. And then one last thing you could consider is to add testimonials to your website. A lot of people include those on a homepage or about page, and if you can get just a short, testimonial quote from someone, that's another place that you could put those.
Yeah. And again, all of this stuff, I'm waiting for Junior to start barking loud right now.
I messed up. Junior's barking.
Yeah,
this is a great video.
It's a quarantine video. But yeah, again, all this stuff is going to be on the blog version of this video. So be sure to check that out, especially when it comes to the reviews. Natalie will have a step-by-step guide for it. And I guess that's it for our third episode of Heed Our Advice. We look forward to getting back with you here in the near future. Until then, stay safe and healthy.